Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Seed Group Podcast. You know who we are, but as always, before we introduce he's a friend of the show, but before we introduce him, we have to say hello to our wonderful, amazing, without him, we would not be here, producer, Marcus. Hello! And now we are going to introduce the most amazing, up-and-coming rapper extraordinaire, Mr. Jamaad Armani.
Good job.
Yeah. So, Albert, you had a question for Jamaad.
I want to know his street name first. Give it up. Say it. What was it?
It's Jamaad Armani.
Oh.
Jamaad Armani, man. AKA Money World, AKA Money Man.
There you go. See?
You know, we were joking before the show. We were talking about different artists we'd like to, either work with or talk to or had a question for. You said you had a question for somebody. Who would you like to have a question?
All right, I got a question for Beyonce. So my question is for Beyonce. What artist would you work with that's not living that you would want to work with?
Oh, okay.
Think about it. Think about it.
That was
What artist would you like to work with that's not living that you would have had to? If they want to work with you right now, you would just be like, I want to work with them right now.
Yeah, you know what?
See, right in the studio.
See, and the thing is, I could see Beyonce and Eartha Kitt.
Ooh.
I actually could see it. I'm a huge Eartha Kitt fan.
Yeah.
And, there's a whole nother thing about The Emperor's New Groove that was supposed to be another movie. And Eartha Kitt did a song for it, but I'll let that go right now. That's for another show. But yeah, Eartha Kitt, oh my goodness. And even at 70, her voice was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was still phenomenal. But if you think of AI is a touchy subject. I still have feelings about AI. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
It ain't the real version. It's not the real version. It ain't the real version.
They could make a hologram.
It can sound the same, but it's not the same as the actual person doing it live in front of the audience.
Yeah. Well, you can, when you're doing in the studio and you're doing duets, there is a different way you can react.
Oh, you mean
and different takes of stuff.
What's her name did that with her dad?
Natalie Cole. But you know what?
With Nat King Cole.
But I think the reason why that really worked for me and registered is because Nat King Cole, of course, is timeless.
Oh.
Or the kid is timeless too.
Yeah.
But and to you Beyonce fans, Beyonce is timeless too. But
Beyonce.
No, but
I know you, girl.
He wants to open for you.
He wants to open for you.
Love to.
Look a brother calling.
But the great thing.
Where do we go to call you?
Yeah.
You can follow me first of all on my social medias.
Social media.
JAMAAD Armani 23 ARMANI 23 all platforms. TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, and
the Seed Group Podcast.
Seed Group Podcast.
The Seed Group Podcast, yeah.
Subscribe to the Seed Group Podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
He has a question.
Huh?
Let's say you four created a song.
Cool. Okay.
Where all you guys played instruments, you rap, sung, and everything.
Okay.
But and it was only on audio.
Okay.
You performed it. You guys performed it very well.
Okay.
But somebody created an AI program that did it better than you guys. Would you admit it? If it was really better? I guess my question is, would you admit that the AI song was better than yours if it was?
No, I'm kidding.
Hold on. So you saying it's our song? It's our song. It's our vocals.
Y'all vocals, but AI created it in a different. Y'all created y'all song with different types of vocals.
Different types of vocals.
A different rap voice, a different singing voice, different instruments. Same song, but is it the same song?
It's not really the same song because they reworked it. It's not really the same song.
Okay, bad question.
Yeah, it's not really a bad question because AI is really taking. I heard Elvis singing. What was it singing? Something about bell bottom, whatever it was. Some Britney Spears song.
Right.
That really got me. And then Frank Sinatra. I've been hearing some really interesting AI stuff. So, it really wouldn't be the same thing.
Does Milli Vanilli count?
Like I said.
They actually could sing. Milli Vanilli actually could sing.
Well,
They actually could, Milli Vanilli actually could sing, and and that could be a whole nother show about how they wound up doing what they did and what happened, and the real people who should have dealt with that punishment. But that's a whole nother show topic.
yeah.
But do we lip syncing?
Lip syncing, right?
Yeah, lip syncing.
Like when a performer performs at the Grammys, they normally don't do it live.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah. No, they don't
No.
do it.
And then
Sometimes it depends.
Sometimes
It's
it
like-
does depend.
And then even when they create songs now, they was doing auto tune.
Yeah.
Young people do
Auto-tune,
auto tune
yeah.
now, but like
Yeah.
even like in the 80s and the 70s, they
Yeah.
used it
Yeah.
to make your voice sound fuller, or
Yeah.
they use a cheat.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know how to say it.
I had a machine I was going to buy one time. It tickled me so bad when the guy introduced it to me. He said, "Just sing anything you want in here." I said,
Uh-huh.
"Okay." Who? He said, "What artist do you like?" I said, "We were joking about something." I said, "Diana Ross." He said, "Okay." I sounded like Diana Ross, and then he changed it. He said, "How about Barry White?"
So how far do you go with technology and
Thank
music now?
See, I'm like this. If it didn't, I'm still on the fence about AI. I really, really am. And the reason why I'm on the fence because a lot of people have discussed it as more of a takeover than an enhancement. And as far as singing, when I sing, I like to do it live. I don't like any enhancements. When I go to the studio, of course they're going to
That's
do
different.
little stuff and
Yeah.
whatnot. But I never wanted to overshadow what it will be like when I'm performing live. Like I did a live performance, and it would not have been the same had I been, enhanced. They wouldn't have heard the same thing. And also lip syncing, I'm not a good lip syncer. Even still, because when I do live performance, I always need it to sound a little bit different from the recorded performance. So I'm not good at lip syncing. I have to rehearse in order to lip sync live.
Well, the one thing when I'm playing with Norman, the one thing I really enjoy about his performing, if the singer's out of key, it tickled me so bad because I asked him once. I said, "Norman, did we change keys in the middle of that song?" He said, "Well, she changed keys," and I just went right with her.
He is so good at. I remember.
Keyboard.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love
Keep it
No,
coming.
it's true. We were at a performance. We did a performance once, but there was somebody else that was before us, and I think she changed. No offense to her, she changed so much. You followed it went up, it went down. I think it even went sideways, and you followed everything she did.
I love it.
I loved it.
I don't know if AI can do that.
I don't know. I think the thing AI has not, and hopefully they will never perfect the emotion that comes with it. You know what I mean? There's an emotion that comes with performance and with singing that you put into either your instrument, the voice is an instrument too, that you put into your instrument that AI, as far as I've heard, hasn't been able to produce. Because even with Frank Sinatra and Elvis and all stuff, they produced that voice, but the emotion wasn't there.
No, it was just right there.
Well, Plankton and Hello from the Other Side, I don't know, that might have had some emotion.
That's the other one we talked
They
about.
might have some emotion. But as far as the singers that I've heard that they've done, the emotion is not there. It's very, you can kind of hear the roboticness of it to me.
Is it close?
Close?
It's close.
Yeah.
It's close, but it's not enough where you don't notice. Because even the Frank Sinatra, when I was like, you know what I mean? So it's not close enough. And I say that with anything about AI, because I know we can get the whole thing about duplicating actors and stuff like that. There's something the AI has not been able to produce, and that is the human emotional aspect of it.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping not at all, but well, some people are hoping because they want husbands and wives and stuff. That's a whole nother show too.
Robotic husbands and wives.
So your genes don't look bad.
Okay.
If actors can fake emotion, it should be easy for a computer to fake a voice of emotion, right?
But
Emotion
see,
is something different. I'm sorry.
go ahead.
I
The
was saying-
difference with all of that is that when you're talking about, like, say, a music song, and you mentioned Frank Sinatra, so he's singing this. Now when he's recording it, he's got his thing. He does it his way.
Right.
It comes from his soul, and he puts that in there. Now, if I want to come along and somehow try to sing like Frank Sinatra, which couldn't even be close, but try to do it like him, I could try to study it and everything like that, but there's always some little difference there that, is going to make it hard for you to really remember that.
Right.
So often imitated, never duplicated.
Time it comes in, all these little bitty things.
Nuances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they can try to stop it and then take that little bit and move it over a little, segment like a microsecond to get it to line up.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just the timing,
Yeah.
But if you're not concentrating on the timing and you just sing it from your heart,
Right.
then you have the freedom to do more things.
Which I've
Come
done,
in
yeah.
any time that you feel like that it hits you. And then most of the time it's not pre-planned, okay, and measure 25 and at the third
Exactly.
note, I'll do this.
Yeah.
Then you can get it exactly like that. But if it's just, okay, I'm saying my heart out, and I usually go up at this note in this measure, but now I feel it coming on to go at this note at this other measure.
Mm-hmm.
See, if they could get all of that, which, I would say that it's be near impossible to do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was thinking about when I was saying, well, let me let you go first. What were you going to say?
I'll jump in.
No, I was saying like.
Got to jump in when it comes to us.
That's right.
I meant to say like with the, I kind of agree with y'all. I agree with everything. Like it's like the humans, the spirit and the soul and how the way that they operate when they are making music, especially if it's live, is different from the robot. The robot can replicate the vocals, but they can't actually, dance or actually produce or songwrite. They can speak, they make it say how you say it, but they can't do all of that. Like, if you think of the robots, you think of like the robots that like clean or either like obviously Roomba or like robots that you see, they're not doing that. It's not the same feeling. So that's why I look at like the AI, all the technology. It may sound nice and sometimes may sound better, but it's not the same thing. Robot can't actually, like I said, be in the studio with them knobs and writing the songs.
Or have that
dancing.
emotional depth.
If you put a robot together and the actual person, all right, say robot and Beyonce or Rihanna. The robot is not going to do better than Beyonce or Rihanna. It's
there
not.
You go.
No.
Well,
They can sing, they could kind of, okay, I got her voice.
I don't look as good either.
And neither.
But even when you're talking about acting, because
Plastic.
but having acting and stuff, and what other actors say, when you're doing a role or something, you're literally pulling on something emotional out of you, something from your past, some experience and stuff, or studying that experience to get that out. And I don't think that an AI at this point, don't get any ideas, at this point can actually do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm on the fence. I believe there's some good stuff to AI, but some of the stuff that they want to do with it, I just think is wrong, and I just don't think that it benefits, it'll benefit the people that are not for the art and the artist.
Okay.
That's the problem I have. It doesn't benefit the art or the artist. Yeah.
Okay.
And one more thing before this goes. It's disrespectful to the other artists. It's disrespectful to the artists that's living and that's dead. It's disrespectful.
There you go.
Because somebody else is profiting off of it. And they're like, okay, but it's like, no, it's not cool at all. It's not cool.
Yeah,
Not cool.
It's disrespectful to their their brand and name and their legacy.
Yeah.
Now I was
That's
surprised.
a legacy.
And I agree with that. I was surprised that I liked a Drake album that was done in AI.
I have not heard it.
That's crazy.
Because it's so mainstream. Like, and that's why I'm scared of. I'm not scared of AI. I mean, I accept it because you can't stop technology.
You cannot stop technology.
Horses couldn't stop the cars.
No.
They just.
But it's what you do with it. That's
what
the
you
thing.
do with it,
Yeah.
and mainstream like radio is so mechanical almost.
Yeah.
Like it's predictable almost.
Yep.
That you know what they're gonna play.
Yep.
You knew how radio stations were in the 50, 60, top 40.
Yeah.
I felt, and when I heard that AI Drake album, I was like, man, one of these songs can work on the radio right now.
Yeah. But then you run into, the artist's name, image, voice.
Oh yeah, that's
so then you run into all that little stuff. But I get what you mean.
It's so mechanical that it's reproducible.
It's reproducible.
It's reproducible because it's like a chorus. It's like the verse, chorus,
hook,
chorus,
right?
A certain, AI is already doing beats.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they're taking everything that was done in the past and making a mishmash of what they think that we might like. So, they're getting good. They're getting good, but like you said, that soul you can't replace.
You cannot replace.
You can't replace a certain type of run, a Aretha Franklin run or a Luther Vandross run.
To reproduce, and that's a good thing. Like Luther Vandross is a good example of that.
Yeah.
You know, his live his music, recorded is great, but his live performances, and same with Whitney. It's a lot of artists that when you watch them, and you can tell by certain mannerisms, you study them enough that they're going to take it to a whole different level. Like Whitney's had that little smile, that little neck pop. Luther had that way he kind of did with his face that you just knew it's going to go a different level, and it's going to go another direction, but you're going to love it. And I don't think AI has that either.
Okay, hypothetical before we go.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Because I know we got to wrap.
We can go on with this forever, people.
All right. Think of 2 artists you like.
Okay. Living or dead?
One is alive.
Okay.
This is a show. You're going to a show.
We're looking at artists, not sex symbols, right?
What artists? Artists have been sex symbols.
Musicians
have been sex symbols.
Musicians. You want to see your favorite musician perform, dead or alive.
Mm.
Okay. And then they bring out an artist either from that's dead or from the future that you've never seen, like 20, 30, 100 years in the future.
Right.
100 years in the future? How does this work?
Or 100 years, or somebody that's died, right?
Okay.
So they said, hey, I got a special guest, and it's a hologram, and the show is so good.
Right.
Do you think about it being a hologram, or do you enjoy the show?
I enjoy the show.
Well, I saw the Whitney hologram, and all I could think about, that's a hologram. That was not a hologram. That was a hologram. Yeah, I saw the Tupac one, the Michael Jackson one, all of that. And don't get me wrong, from Tupac on up, they've gotten better, but all I can go is, that's a hologram. That's what
you couldn't.
No, I think being a vocalist, especially, I probably couldn't let that go. Just because of the wheelhouse I'm in, I couldn't let that go.
Even if it was a surprise, it's
surprise.
You always already with your favorite artist, and then it's a surprise hologram of your other favorite artist, right? Here. And you didn't expect that, and they're dead.
Like Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin.
Oh, that's
you would like to see
mix.
That's what I would like to see.
Who would you like to see dead?
Yeah.
Would you like to see dead? Who would you like to see that's dead?
Oh, sorry, as a hologram.
As a hologram.
That's tough because it's so many. It's like
it's a plethora of people.
I got this many in my hands.
Just choose.
Okay. On the top of your head. There's no wrong answer.
No wrong answer. No first.
You mentioned them earlier. We grouped that out. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay. Michael Jackson.
Oh, Michael Jackson.
Of course.
How about Prince?
I would pay everything to see. Of course, Prince too.
Okay.
I'll pay everything to see both of them. You're gonna do the show.
Would the hologram bother you though?
So you're saying they still?
There's nothing. They're holograms.
It's just
they're
like you
holograms.
watch the hologram.
Or AI even for that.
They bring out other favorite artists, like you said.
Yeah. And they bring in that the artist is live. Mm-hmm. The living artist that you love right now is bringing out a hologram of a dead artist you love right now.
Right.
Yeah.
That dead artist is a hologram
Okay.
performing as himself, as if he was in this greatest.
Right.
I guess whatever age you want him to be. If you want him to be 33, they 33. 25 to 25.
Yeah.
They're at their prime, at their best.
Okay,
Right.
can I do this? I'm gonna pick 2 males and then two females.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So this, from what comes to my head right now.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
That's okay. Hologram.
Uh-huh.
And probably.
You got dead rappers. You got
Probably Kendrick.
Kendrick.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar. Michael Jackson, Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
That'll be cold right there. That'll be fire.
You got Janis Joplin and
Jimi Hendrix.
Mine would probably be Yolanda Adams and Andre Crouch.
So Andre Crouch as a hologram.
And that would disturb me greatly, but I love him so much. It's the only reason why I'm mentioning it.
That's the only reason she was doing.
That would disturb me greatly. Yes.
How about you, Norm?
I was just thinking something left me.
They'll be back.
Michael Jackson was one of them, because I saw one of them.
Mm-hmm.
and I was a little disappointed with it, because I'm looking at this, and my mind is telling me all through the whole thing, this is fake. And so it's not like I can really enjoy it because, it's not looking like it's a live, full person. Like it's just a screened in thing.
So you can't get past the hologram.
Well, I don't think I could, Now if they had it where it was, it was 3-dimensional.
And it's gotten better. It's getting there. Yeah.
But then, even then, if it's not the person, you start looking at all the things that are faulty. Like he doesn't move quite like that, or he doesn't do this.
Like Elvis.
Yeah, well, it's just some of those little things, and you look there, maybe unconsciously looking at it to see, that was wrong there. He moved this way, and I know he doesn't usually move that way. All those different things, and it kind of takes away from the enjoyment of it all, because now you're not really concentrating on the music or whatever thing that they may be doing. You're looking at what's missing.
Well, but see, even if it was perfect, because I know from doing duets, even if it's perfect, when you're duetting with that person, especially if you work with them a lot, and they want to make a change, or they do something. Oh, what happened? Or they do something. Yeah. You all know how to bounce off of each other. When it's the way it is, and it's going to be A, B, no matter what, you don't have the room to play around.
Oh, okay.
Like when I saw Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett, and they could play around. Yeah, and but how you can play around and all that stuff. You can't do that. As far as now with the AI, you can't play. We're gonna do this. Like I remember we did a song one time where you played, and we know each other so well that when he went back into the verse, because I didn't know you were gonna do that, and he went back into the verse, and actually it was perfect. It really was wonderful. It was perfect, and I could really just elongate and just add all my little ornamentation in because I was doing that verse over again. It was perfect. AI, at this point, you're going to get what you're going to get. And there's something about being in the moment, and there's something about having, all of that really just come together in a way you may not have expected, and especially when it didn't go like that in rehearsal, but it worked out.
So let's do it like this. In 5 years, on this date, whatever this date is,
yes,
we're gonna come back we're gonna come back and see what AI has done from there. And see how better or worse that it has gotten.
Okay.
5 years.
And hopefully I've already had my different awards and stuff that I want then. So we'll go.
And dear future self, hopefully you got better in editing.
Yes.
You future self are fantastic. You present and future self are amazing and fantastic.
Anything you guys want to say to your future self before we go?
Oh yeah.
You can teach your future self to do what is going to be coming up against in the future.
Okay.
Future self.
Okay.
That's theological.
Okay.
Jamaad?
Future self, it was worth it that you hung in. It was worth it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I would say to my future self is you did it. You did it. Because you rushed and you wanted to go this way. You wanted to go like it had to be this way and be creeping down a little bit, but you had to wait. Right. Everybody's journey is different.
Right.
It happened right away.
That's good.
That's it.
So,
and the only thing I wanted to say is thank you to all my fans out there. I love you. The millions of you that are out there, thank you for buying my CDs. Thank you for getting all my little scripts. Thank you for buying my book. Thank you for buying my albums. Thank you for buying all the other stuff that I've been doing. And keep supporting the Seed Group Podcast.
Secret Podcast.
Yes, the Secret Podcast. Okay, what about you, Norman?
For all my people in the future, thank you for all the money that you're going to donate starting tomorrow. But I'm just dropping down it. And in fact, if you think about it and say, well, that was a good show that you put on You and the Phony You, add a little more. Me and the Phony Me will appreciate it greatly.
Okay, well, Marcus, you're already an amazing producer and editor and stuff, so, you get better and better anyway. What would you actually say to your future self?
What I would say to my future self is just don't even worry. You don't have no control, so
enjoy.
Just float.
Enjoy the ride.
Float to the future.
Yeah.
There you go.
You ain't got no control. So.
Okay. Well, this was awesome. So that's all from us from the Seed Group Podcast. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Seedlings, we love you. We really love you.
Thank you for the millions of seedlings we have.
Millions and billions and billions.
Yes.
Anyway, as always, as you will do now and in the future, plant a seed and watch it grow. Bye-bye.
Whoa.
Bye-bye.